NBC 15 News at 11 starts now.
Now at 11, unseasonably warm temperatures to start our weekend, but the warm-up comes with a warning.
Plus, he served almost 30 years in America's highest court. The country honors and pays tribute to Justice Antonin Scalia.
And we say goodbye to a Pulitzer Prize winner and American novelist. Hello and good morning. I'm Christine Belport.
And I'm Ashley Matthews. Thanks for joining us. It may feel a little bit like spring out there today across South Central Wisconsin. I know.
Everyone's driving around just smiling.
I'm sure everyone's in a great mood. Here's video from Lake Monona shot earlier this morning with temperatures on the rise. The Madison Fire Department warns spending time on the lakes this weekend could be a little bit dangerous. Ice is already beginning to melt, and strong winds could affect driving conditions. I know we're going to be seeing pretty gusty winds today as well.
Oh, get the bouffon alert out there. Meteorologist A.J. Waterman joins us now with a look at this warm weekend forecast. Hi, A.J.
Morning, Christine. At this point, we're actually at our warmest temperatures for the day. Outside at the airport, it's actually 51 degrees on the computer, but 47 in downtown Madison. And also some of the snow has pretty much cleared up around the capital as well. Wind gusts out of the southwest at 13 miles per hour. Wind advisory still in place today. Most of the counties to our north will continue to see high winds around about 20 to 30 miles an hour today, and temperatures continuing to stay well above average into the 40s throughout most locations. So day planner today starting to cool temperatures down, but staying at and around the 50 mark, well above average for the rest of today. And as we head throughout this weekend, I'll let you know when things are starting to cool things back down coming up.
AJ, thank you. New at 11, a special community police task force is recommending law enforcement agencies in Dane County make some major changes. The local leaders announced 4 recommendations today on police use of force. They include changing policing practices to reduce excessive use of force and holding police academy training. Leaders also recommend engaging and educating the community as well as ensuring the well-being of officers. 3 people in Reedsburg have been arrested after one was caught driving backwards while drunk. It happened at 2 this morning on South Walnut Street and Vine Street. 26-year-old Justin Selewski was arrested for an OWI. Selewski and his wife Kendra are also facing child neglect charges for leaving their 3-year-old alone in their apartment. Police say the child was turned over to family members. Now the 3rd passenger, 21-year-old Michael Staniszewski, was also arrested for bail jumping.
Well, we have breaking news now at 11. Pulitzer Prize-winning author Harper Lee has died. The 89-year-old, who was best known for her book To Kill a Mockingbird, died in Alabama today. Lee has been living in an assisted living facility since she had a stroke back in 2007. Her book, To Kill a Mockingbird, has been read by generations of school children since its publication in 1961. This past year, a sequel of the book called Go Set a Watchman was published. Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia, who died last weekend, will be honored today at the court where he served nearly 30 years.
It will be Justice Scalia's final return to the Supreme Court, a building where he was among the longest-serving justices in U.S. history. As NBC's Pete Williams reports, it's a ceremony he knew well.
Inside the Supreme Court's magnificent Great Hall, Justice Scalia's casket will lie in repose, an honor last given to former Chief Justice William Rehnquist in 2005. Back then, Justice Scalia escorted President and Mrs. George W. Bush as they paid their respects. Today, President and Mrs. Obama will come to the court to do the same for Justice Scalia. Stephen Breyer, in the first public appearance of a justice since Scalia's death, said his colleagues are all sad.
Who was a good friend and really a life force at the court, and it's going to be a grayer place without him, and a decent man who's made an enormous impression.
Then tomorrow, the funeral at the massive Basilica of the National Shrine of the Immaculate Conception in Washington, where Scalia's son Paul, a Catholic priest, will celebrate Mass. Vice President Biden will attend the funeral, but President Obama will not, prompting Ted Cruz to describe Mr. Obama this way.
A lawless and faithless president who's eager to travel to Cuba but unwilling even to show up at the funeral of Justice Scalia.
With Republicans saying the next president should appoint Scalia's successor, Biden told MSNBC's Rachel Maddow that the Senate must act promptly on President Obama's nomination to get the court back to 9 justices.
If we don't nominate someone in the next month or so, start the hearing process, they say nothing's going to happen until the next election, it won't be till next June or July before you have a Supreme Court justice.
And that was Pete Williams reporting. After a private ceremony with a prayer and a reading, the Supreme Court will be open to the public for those who want to say their final goodbyes.
In developing news, a stream of manure from a large-scale dairy farm in Grant County has flowed 2 miles into a creek stocked with trout. Authorities are not sure how much waste was released from the farm's 1 million-gallon manure pit near Fenimore. The owner of Misty Morning Dairy notified the state a host coupling failed during the night and released a stream of waste that flowed for hours. Crews set up berms to capture the spill, but it had already reached Castle Rock Creek, which is stocked annually with trout. Neighbors have been advised to drink bottled water for now and test their wells.
The sturgeon spearing season is coming to an end on the upriver lakes in the Fox Valley. After 6 days, spearers have taken enough female fish to halt the season today at 1 p.m. Now, it's still open on Lake Winnebago, where the season is expected to last the full 16 days.
We have a traffic alert you should know about in Madison this weekend. A portion of West Johnson Street will be closed tomorrow and Sunday to dismantle a construction crane at the Johnson Bend apartment building. West Johnson Street will be closed to 1 lane of traffic from North Bassett Street to North Broome Street. The closure begins at 7 a.m. tomorrow and will last until the afternoon on Sunday. Another traffic alert you should know about in Madison beginning Monday. The 100 block of North Bedford Street will be closed to dismantle a crane there used for construction. It will be closed between West Dayton and West Mifflin and is set to reopen Wednesday afternoon.